Witches of the Moon. This is Wednesday, and I'm your Wednesday hostess. And this week's topic is talking about witchcraft and children. And as most of you know, I do have a 5-year-old, and I have one on the way. So what I do with Bree, my daughter, what I do with her when it comes to the religion that her mommy and daddy practice is I don't throw anything on her. If she's interested and she wants to know, I will answer her questions. But the preschool that she goes to is based around Christian beliefs. So I'm kind of letting her, as she grows up, kind of know about the different religions and know that there are more than just one religion out there. So I'm letting her basically decide how she wants to follow her path when she gets a little bit older. Now, with her mommy and daddy being both pagan and we both practice, we don't practice all the time in front of her. Like when I do Sabbath rituals or S5W4 rituals and stuff like that, I usually try to do them either when she's in bed or when she's in school or whatever. However, there have been a few times where I've done different spells and blessings and stuff in the other room, and she's, asked, "Mommy, what's this? Mommy, what's that? What's this for? What do you use that for?" Stuff like that. And I will answer her questions. So, what she tends to like to do the most is what any 5-year-old or younger child would like to do, is whenever I'm in the kitchen and I'm doing some kitchen witchery, she likes to be there with me when I'm doing something like that. She is interested in fairies, and I have quite a few different fairy magic books in the other room, and her and I'll flip through them and stuff like that. So I bring her up kind of both ways, because my background, my family background is on my dad's side it's Christian, on my mom's side it was Catholic. So I have a plethora of religious views that I can show her and bring her up in, but strictly in this household it's paganism and Wicca. So she gets a little bit of everything. Now, one thing that she really likes, and she gets excited about it right around every Sabbath, is a website called Puka Pages. And I will leave a link in the description below. You can get a, I almost said monthly, but it's not monthly. They send out a newsletter email to anybody that subscribes, and it's free to subscribe. They also have a Facebook page, Puka Pages, Pookapages, and about 2 weeks before every Sabbath they will send out this newsletter. Now, it's kind of set up like an online book. There's 10 to 15 different pages, but these are nice. These Puka Pages are nice because they have stories in them, they have coloring pages in them, they have recipes in them, and they have different types of crafts in them. So it's nice, and she gets excited right when it gets close to a different Sabbath, because I kind of let her know that there's going to be one coming out, and then when it comes out she's all ready to hear the stories and have me read the stories and do some of the crafts. Like, for instance, the recent one for Imbolc that we had, one of the crafts was to make a ribbon, can't think of the name of it, a ribbon, like a ribbon dream catcher, that's what I was trying to think of. And it's like a ribbon dream catcher, and it, you gives the instructions on how to do it and this and that. And not all the crafts are, her age, but I have other ways of, just using my imagination and finding out what would be easiest for her to do when we're doing these different little crafts. So not only is there Puka Pages out there, there are also I've found, and I will look them up again and put the links down in the description. There are a couple of pagan homeschooling sites on the internet and some of them, yes, you have to pay for, but I have found a couple of them that you can like download and print off different work pages, whether it be around a Sabbath or just anything pagan related. And I've found that doing a couple of those and downloading them and printing them out and having my daughter work with them, she really likes those too. So not only do you have resources for the internet that you can find, there are also a few books. Now, I have a couple more in the other room, but this one was the first one I could find, and this one is really good, Witchcraft for Families. And within this book, it has different songs that you can teach your child. It has recipes in it as well. It goes by the Sabbaths. So every Sabbath is in here, and it gives you information about the Sabbath. It gives you recipes about the Sabbath and how to prepare like a I just seen it, a family ritual. Yeah, like here, the family Beltane ritual. So it gives what you would say and this and that, and to include your children in with the rituals. Now, I have not done any of the rituals. I still feel that Brianna is still a little bit too young to do any of that kind of stuff, because she is very high-strung. She can't sit still for too much. So I feel that until she gets a little bit older and can focus a little bit more, then it would be a good time to maybe do a ritual or something like that with her. But as of right now, I still think that she's a little bit too young. So I will let my daughter decide on her own what she wants to go or what she wants to do along her path, whether it be paganism or Wicca, or whether she wants to choose Christianity or what any other religion she wants. I have no reason to be judgmental on that because I was raised differently. I was raised with two different religious backgrounds. So I was given the opportunity, and paganism was never in my background, was never in my family. I was the first one to bring paganism into my family. So a lot of my family don't understand it. However, most of my family is accepting of it, and they know, and they are okay with me doing different things. And, you know, I do have a couple of family members that have actually let me do different things, you know, in their household and stuff like that. So I don't have anybody really in my immediate family that is like, nope, you can't do it here, don't believe in it, don't raise your child like that, blah, blah, blah. I don't have that, and I'm glad I don't have that, because I feel that it's my choice because it's my child. So that is my view on paganism or witchcraft and children. I feel that you should be able to choose whether you want your child to, if you want to raise your child pagan, more power to you. If you choose to let them choose on their own when they get older, okay. But in my belief, I will bring them up with a little bit of my background, and with a little bit of Brian's background. So, and then with her being in school and being based around Christian, and, you know, her grandparents are Christian, so I think being at her age now, being 5, that she is, this is a good part, what's the word I'm looking for? This is a good part of her life, a good time in her life, to where she can kind of learn from different ways and what makes sense to her and what doesn't make sense to her. See, now when I was her age, I was kind of forced into the Christian religion and, you know, going to Bible school and this and that, and the Bible just never made sense to me, and it still doesn't to this day. But when I found paganism and when I found Wicca, it all made sense, and I realized that what we are all talking about, whether it be Christian or Catholic or whatever it is what we're talking about, it's all really the same thing. It's just how we perceive it. Their God is our God. We just see it a little bit differently, and we do things a little bit differently. But so that's how I'm going to let her decide when she gets a little bit older whether she wants to go that route or go down the route of the path of what her mother and father do. So yeah, again, I will leave the links below for Puka Pages, and I will go on the internet and try to find that homeschooling site again. You can also probably Google it, pagan homeschooling sites or Wicca homeschooling sites. You can probably go onto Google and Google that yourself. And along for this book, I got this book at thriftbooks.com. All of their books there are fairly inexpensive, and if you spend over $10 in books, you get free shipping, which is even better. And usually their books are anywhere between $3 to $4. They are used, so I mean, don't expect to get brand new books. This one, came to me in fair condition, but I only paid like $3 for this book. So, and none of the pages were written in, so I still think it was a good deal. But if you spend, 3-4 books, you get free shipping. So I think, thriftbooks.com is a pretty great place to get your metaphysical books. And it's not just for metaphysical books or books on earth-based religion. They have all kinds of books there too. So, okay. So until next week, guys, blessed be. Hey guys, so I forgot to ask my question. My question would be, if your child was old enough to make the choice of whether they want to be pagan or Christian or whatever, and you and your immediate family, you and your husband or your boyfriend or, the parents were both pagan, but they chose to, say they choose to go along the path of, say, being a Catholic. Would you be accepting of that? And how would you encourage them to stay on their path that they believe in and not throw up your religion to them all the time? Not so much like, you need to do it this way. I'm not saying it like that. I mean, if you openly practice in your home and they are not okay with you doing it when they choose to go down a different path, what would you do to get them to understand that what you do and what they do is okay? Because some children might not understand that right at first. Some children just might not understand the concept of what we do. And if they choose to go down a different path and they are unaccepting of what you do, how would you go about that? So there's my question. Alright guys, bye.